Sometimes it's heavy because you're the one that everyone knows will succeed.
And I believe a lot of people give up because of that aloneness, that fearfulness, and all of that.
I was very excited about it, and then that fell through. But it fell through just as I unexpectedly lost my sister.
How you doing? I want to welcome you to the Content Aesthetic Show, where we take different med spa owners, different aesthetic professionals, and allow them to share their stories so they can impact you in a way to keep you thriving, keep you excited, and keep you serving. And today's episode, we have Atria Casey. Hey, Atria, how are you?
I am great. I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. And so I want to know, why is it important for you to make a difference in your community?
I've been so highly blessed. There's no way I could have all the blessings that I have and not give back. You know, I want to see people live to their full potential. And I feel like the happier that people are, the greater impact they have, and they make others feel good. So if I can give to others and enforce that, instill that in others, then that's the way I make a difference.
What was the biggest blessing you felt that you received in your life to make you actually want to go and help others?
The biggest blessing that I've received, everything always works out for me. You know, I really feel like God carries me. If I say I'm going to do something, I don't have a problem executing plans, and I know that's not my own doing. You know, so when I make my mind up to do a thing and I say I'm going to do it, I feel like God always carries me through and gets me to where I need to be, whether that is finishing grad school or seeking out a job and obtaining that job and then seeking to start my own business and being able to do that. God always carries me. So
I love that. And how was that shift and transition for you to be like, I want to start my own business?
Oh, the transition. Well, initially I finished grad school right as COVID was starting. So I went from being a trauma nurse to taking care of COVID patients. And going from working trauma to taking care of COVID patients, I still never saw so much sorrow as with the patients I was taking care of. So much loss. You know, patients are sick, they're in the hospital, but no one could be there with them. So they only had the staff that's in-house. And then the staff is so drained because you're seeing a different aspect of your patients. We saw patients like we never did before, and we realized how important having family with you is when you're in the hospital. So I'm seeing nurses drained, I'm seeing patients drained, and I'm just seeing everyone feel like they're depleted. And at that point, I decided when I started practicing as an MP, I was going to give back everything I could and be able to serve the best way possible, pour into people. And I knew that people would need to be heard. You know, they were going to need to be heard. And I decided that I'd open my own practice so that people would know they're not a hamster on a wheel. Nothing would be cookie cutter.
I love that. And how hard was that on your heart to see those people in the hospital with no support, no help?
It could be draining. It could be very draining, you know, because you take that home with you. You try not to, but you take it home with you. It makes you extremely appreciative for your family and friends, right? But everyone remembers during COVID, you still couldn't see your own family and friends in person, unless it was the people that were in the home with you. So that was heavy. But my coworkers were so full of joy and happiness on a regular, and then seeing different aspects of them where you don't see people smiling and laughing as much. You see everyone stressed, and a lot of people kind of put on some excess pounds, or they're not smiling as much as they used to, or their whole tone and the way they present themselves change. So you carry that. You carry that in with you, and it makes you want to be as positive as you possibly can, because I see how my attitude impacts others.
Yeah. I love that. Did you always want to be in the medical field?
Initially I wanted to be a lawyer. I wanted to be a lawyer because I wanted to make sure, I'm big on fairness.
Yeah.
you know? So I wanted to make sure people were getting a fair shake. And then I told myself, I'm not going to school that long. So how else can I serve people? Let me figure out something else to do. And I decided I'd just take care of people because a lot of people don't get the same love that I had growing up. So healthcare was how I would do that.
I love that. And how was your upbringing? Was it?
Oh my goodness. I had the best childhood.
Tell me about it.
I had the best childhood ever. I'm from a massive family. My grandparents had 11 children, but they raised 13. And I have so many more cousins than I can count. I have a lot of siblings. And it was always a house full of people. There was always so much love, always kids running around playing, always an uncle or an aunt around hanging out, coming to visit. You know, I really had an amazing childhood, and then great friends since I was the same friends since I was a little girl. So I had an amazing childhood.
Do you think that stimulated you to care about people more because you was around so many people as a kid, family at that, right? So you had to care for your cousins. You had to see them sad and happy, ups and downs, and did that stimulate you in the healthcare and the business, like seeing people sad, up and down? It's like, it's my job to do something about it.
Yes. My grandfather used to tell us, your job is to take care of each other. Your job is to make sure that you guys are all okay. It's so many of you, it's too many to not take care of each other. You know, so you always make sure your cousins are okay. You make sure your siblings are okay. And that trickles over into your friendships. It trickles over into your relationships, you know. And as a child, it was enforced to make sure you're okay. Do what serves you as well, but definitely take care of the ones that you love, because we're not here for a long time. You're here for a good time, but not a long time. So
I love it. And right now you're balancing the hospital life and the entrepreneur life.
Yes.
How are you able mentally? I don't know if there's really a balance, but how are you able to do that? And the reason why I ask is because it's a lot of aesthetic professionals that say, I'm just going to leave the hospital and start my business, and expecting it to pop off.
I wouldn't advise it. I wouldn't advise it. So I feel like I was really called to do this, right? This is where God wants me and what he wants me to do. So it'll work out. But the balance that I have is I use my free time wisely, right? We all have the same 24 hours in a day. And instead of wasting it, you know, playing a game on my phone or watching something that's not worth watching on TV, this or that, I take my time with my family and friends. I spend that, and I have a great support system. So whereas with family and friends, we would previously take a trip, or we might hang out here or there, they're coming with me to the spa and helping me put things together, helping me do business for the spa. How can I help? What do you need me to do? When it came time to look for locations, they wanted to go with me. Let me go with you. Let's see what we can find. So my family is helping carry me. My friends are helping to carry me, but I use my time very wisely. I have no time to waste on frivolous things.
I love that. And the reason why I ask, because I hear a lot of them just like, man, I'm leaving, I'm going head in my business, and then realize that business take time to build up.
Yes.
And now it's like, oh, I'm in 30 days, I want to give up.
Yes.
Right. And so for you, I know it was like you had to go through a little roller coaster to find your location.
I did.
Like,
I did.
How was that on your mental?
It was heavy. It was heavy. Everything started off really good when I wanted to open the business, and I found a location. I was very excited about it. And then that fell through. But it fell through just as I unexpectedly lost my sister.
Sorry.
Thank you. So I lost my sister, and I said, you know, she would want me to keep moving. She would want me to do this. So I'm definitely going to keep this location. Location was scheduled to open, and things fell through at the last minute. And it took maybe 6 months, 7 months to find a new location. And that's after I was already supposed to be open. So everyone who knows me knows when I say I'm going to do something, I do it. So they're going, well, where are you? What are you doing? Are you still coming? It was heavy. It was heavy, but I knew that I was doing what I was supposed to be doing, what I'm built to do. So I stayed prayerful.
Yeah.
My family and friends kept telling me, you'll be okay. You're going to find something. You're going to find the right thing. Obviously, that wasn't where you were supposed to be, because all things work out that are supposed to work for you.
I love that. And I remember your first content shoot. You had one of your sisters there encouraging you and motivating you, and I thought that was really, really big. And then I think you had a house full that day, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
But everybody was just listening and encouraging you, and I thought that was really, really big.
Yes.
And I think that's so dope, because sometimes when it comes to entrepreneurship, when we take in risks, we take it alone.
Yes.
And when we take it alone, we be fearful, not scared. We be fearful.
Yes.
And I believe a lot of people give up because of that aloneness, that fearfulness, and all of that. And so it was really dope for me to see that with you. And then, like, your first content session, I was like, hold up. You good. You used to do music or something back in the days, right? Like, that's really big, because you was not intimidated by the camera.
Yes.
Or talking. Like, where did that stimulate from? Like,
I'm an 80s baby, so I thought I was a rapper growing up. I did. And I dabbled with music, but nothing seriously. My family was there, and they're like, if God brought you this far, how do you have the audacity to think you could fail? There's no way you're going to fail. It's so many people believing in me. Oh, there's so many people believing in me. It's amazing. It's amazing, because everyone doesn't have that. So I'm very thankful for that.
How is that weight on your heart, knowing that there's so many people believing in you and you can't let them down?
Sometimes it's heavy, because you're the one that everyone knows will succeed, but it feels good to make your family and friends proud. That feels really good. Knowing that people believe in you because they've watched you work hard, and then seeing those around you work hard as well. Because I come from a family of hard workers. My friends are hard workers. Everyone around me, it's important who we surround ourselves with, So the people around me work really hard for everything they have. My apologies. For everything they have. I'm surrounded by beautiful people. So it's great.
And you can tell that by your spirit. Like, I always tell everybody, like, her spirit is good. Like even sometimes, like, if I can't get on your content session, I'm about to put somebody else, oh yeah, she good. Her spirit good. Like, she good. Like, you get some people, like, it's crazy, because we get some type of people that is like egotistic, rude, mean.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, you don't expect that from this industry. Entitlement. And it's like, when you get people that actually cares, like you, it's like a fresh breath air.
Yes.
And so you have that spirit to be really, really big. And I just want you to know that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And the reason why I want you to know that is because it's rare for you to believe in yourself, to go all in, to see your vision, to say you want to serve and help others. Yeah. Like, it's big. And Thank you. I know, as an entrepreneur, I know as a mother, I know as a wife, I know that times mentally for you can get draining, because you putting everybody first. And 9 times out of 10, putting yourself last. And so I just want you to keep going. There's so many young women out there that need your help. Goodness. That's suffering with self-esteem, overweightness, confidentness, health problems. And they need somebody that actually going to care about them more than $1.
Yes. And that's a big thing for me, because we have people who want to come into the office where we get on the phone for consults, or people come in for their consults, and they're kind of surprised that you want to build a connection. And it's mind-boggling to me that everyone doesn't want to connect. You can serve people better. You're going to have better outcomes if you can actually connect with your patients, because they're going to trust you. They're going to trust you. They're going to try harder to stick to the plans that you set, and we can really impact their life in the long term. If they can reach their goals, the way you feel when you feel good, the impact that we make on people when we wake up feeling good and not groggy and ready to start our day, a smile changes a person's day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the right good morning, you can be in the worst mood and the right good morning changes your day.
Yes.
You know, there's an amazing ability to change someone else's life. And why would you not take advantage of that?
I love it. Everywhere I go, I always ask the person, how they day going. I don't care if it's at the grocery store. I don't care if I'm at the gas station. I don't care if it's the bellhopper. Like, I take time to pour into every single person I encounter.
Yes.
Right? I encounter. And the reason why is because sometimes we just be moving and we overlook people.
Yes.
And you don't know what that quick moment meant for that person. That person probably was having the worst day, the worst thoughts, because you acknowledged them, because you took time to think about them, changed their whole trajectory. And that's why I believe that it's important to speak to everyone. I don't know. I don't got to ask your name. How your day going?
Yes.
And most people, they always give you the low frequency answer. And it's okay. Why is it just okay? You should be blessed because somebody really did not wake up today.
Yes. And you did.
Yes.
You did.
And it's because you're valuing the wrong things.
Yes.
And I say the two things you can't get back on earth is time and life. And that is what makes us rich, not money.
Exactly. Exactly. And time goes by so fast.
Yes.
It slips through your fingers. It goes by so fast. I remember my Aunt Mary telling me what my cousin Shani and I were complaining we were bored. And my Aunt Mary said, enjoy your days because the older you get, the faster time goes. It slips right away from you. So take time to truly enjoy your days. You have to take time to look at the world around you and the people in the world around you. You know, we don't know what people are going through, but I know that we're business owners, right? We come in contact with so many people, our patients, our vendors, the other business owners we work with. We can impact a lot of people and we leave a legacy. I want to leave a great one, you know? I want to leave a great one. And in fact, the way that you move with people is what drew me to want to work with you. Amazing. And everyone with you is the same way. So I love that.
I thank you for that. And how has content affected you as a person, your business?
Content has been amazing for me. It's been eye-opening. I used to tell myself that I didn't want to do certain things. I'm a little shy, right? My family members are boisterous. Everybody has big personalities, and I'm one of the more quiet people in my family. We laugh, we joke, we have a great time with each other, but I'm not really a big jokester. A lot of people laugh when I say certain things, but I'm dead serious when I say a lot of the things I say. I'm like, you're laughing, but I mean what I say. Yes. Doing my content has caused me to open up. You know, it's caused me to open up a lot. It's caused me to see the world through other people's eyes because the feedback that I get, you know, and I feel really good about it. I feel really good about the content.
Yes.
The business, it's helped my business so much. Content is key because if you don't get yourself out there, how is anyone going to know who you are and what you do? It's so important to master your content. Yes, it's been a blessing working with you. It really has.
I love that. I'm grateful. If you can single out one of your superpowers, what would it be and why?
I would say that I can relate to people. I can understand people and meet them where they're at, right? I believe that everyone has some type of gift. We all have some type of gift. And I really think that we all have multiple gifts. So I have a really good ability to relate to others. You know, it's not hard for me to see myself in someone else's shoes and understand what people are going through. I feel like that's a huge blessing.
Yeah, that's big. That's really big. Because it's really hard to imagine yourself in other people's shoes. It's really hard.
Yeah.
I love that. And if you can say something encouraging to another medical aesthetic professional that might be on the verge of giving up or overthinking, I want you to look into this camera and I want you to talk to them, to give them words of encouragement.
I would say that if you're an aesthetic professional, no matter what kind of professional, but God didn't bring you this far just to bring you this far. We work really hard in our day-to-day lives. And if you give up now and you decide later to start over, then imagine how far along you could have been if you just kept going. You didn't come this far to stop now. Keep pushing ahead because greater days are ahead.
I love that. And I really want to thank you for you going all in on yourself, for believing in yourself, for even like having your family believe in you, for serving the community, for not giving up. Like it's times like you was going to get a spot, it didn't close through, and then you have to find another, but you didn't give up. You said, I'm gonna keep going. That takes courage. Yeah. For you to even, hey, I'm going to balance out this gig over here while I'm building my business. I might have to go overnight. I might have to work, but I'm going to get up and I'm going to do my content. I'm going to get up and I'm going to put my time in my business. That takes a lot of courage because I know it's stressful. I know it's hard, but it's no quit. You know, and we appreciate you over here at the King of Content. I just want you to know that.
Thank you.
Like you have what it takes to be extremely big.
Thank you.
Do not give up. Okay. I know sometimes life gonna be lifing, but it's never gonna stop lifing. I'm just being honest. Every level you get to, it's gonna do that. Okay. But the biggest thing is always be seen and always keep caring.
Okay.
I want to thank you for tuning in to the Content Aesthetic Show. And I want you to understand that maybe your business ain't where you want it to be at right now, but don't give up. Maybe you still at the hospital. Maybe you still bedside, but attempt to take that energy that you put into bedside and pour into your business. But just know it's temporary. Don't go and jump off the ship and expect something to blow up overnight because of social media telling you and showing you people highlights. Because some of them highlights can be erased. Some of them highlights is backed by nothing. And so I want you to keep going, keep serving until your business can get you out of the hospital. Until your business allow you to serve more people. But first of all, I want you to believe in yourself. I want you to care about the people. I want you to keep seeing that vision clear, even if you got support or don't. All right. I hope this episode helps you to keep thriving. I am Dontel Antonio, and this is the Content Aesthetic Show. And I want to thank you for tuning in.